Hi, my name is Amr Moh from CRETVO. Today I will just try to explain a simple tutorial about how to install the fences to convert the simple LED 3D puzzle house from a simple version to a full version like this one here in the box. So let's get started. It's a very simple tutorial. I'm very excited to show you how this works. It's need very simple tools, and when you complete it you will find a very good result. So let's get started. In case you don't know about CRETVO, we actually having this fences. It's made of forks, very ecological material, and you can find it online. We create a video channel in our webpage just to tell some information about the products and some tutorials about how to install it by yourself. It's very simple and very exciting, so I hope you'll like it. Let's start it. In terms of installing the fences for the house, as we mentioned earlier, that we have two versions of the house. The one already installed, those fences, which is, looks like this one here. Just a very simple mechanism to apply the four parts, and then we come to the magnetic part, which will be very easy to install. So we will take it from here. This is like a final result, how things works, and this is the one that you get in the box without the fences, which is it's the same thing. They're just having a different kind of installation. So if you got this one, it's very easy to actually order the fences, which is looks like this, and in this situation it will be very easy to install it here. This one I'm going to teach you here, so let's go for it. When you open this one, let me just bring everything that's inside. Alright, so you will find here a very small piece of vinyl. This is actually having adhesive, and it's having a very small drawing here, as you can see. So this one we're gonna use it to apply those parts. Okay, and we have here like four parts, one with flat side and the one with this little sphere here. So as you can see here, we have this part, which is having a magnetic sheet already applied for, and if you can see here, it's actually coming in two parts. So this is would be clipped, and one of them having adhesive side. So when we come to this, it will be very exciting part for me, because this is the easiest part to assemble. So what's inside this installation kit, we having two parts, which is this two parts here, and we have another two parts. This is actually the two sides that will be applying here, which is those, and in the other side here, which is those two parts, and we're gonna use those vinyl adhesive to apply those parts. So let me put this on a side, and then we come back to the installation. The first thing you need to know about this setup, that there is a very gray bright line here, which is actually, we did it because we need people to know which parts they can assemble it, so this is very easy to understand. And this part you're gonna find it in every corner, so it will be easy to know where's the alignment to install. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to cut this paper. As you can see, there is a very simple line here. We need to cut this line, so we start with you can actually use a scissor or cutter, that's up to you. I just find it's easier for me to use a simple cutter. So let's cut this part here. And what we're doing here is actually will be applicable for all the other 3 parts. So once we cut this, we will have this shape here, and this shape is actually will be applied to this part, so it's very straightforward. We need 4 pieces of this adhesive layer, and you will find everything in the box. So the mechanism is very simple. Once we apply this part here, it actually should be in one of the assignment here. So this is the result that we're looking for. It will be something like this, and as you can see here, this is actually, as you can see here, this is a layer that we applied. It might be not so visible, but I can show it to you in details when we come to this point. But in general, this is the result we need to achieve, and let's do it. So you bring those aside. So as you can see here, the plan is a little bit different, because we have the entrance from here and another entrance from here, but this is actually for the tower, so they are not really symmetrical. They have a different ability. So as you can see here, those 2 parts, those actually for the main entrance was supposed to be here, and in the backyard, or what I call it like tower entrance, it's supposed to be those other parts. There is no rule here, I mean that you can switch those or do what you like, but just remember that if you want to make this as a main entrance and bring those back here, that's also very fine, but don't forget to keep one side is equal. Otherwise you will end with something like this, which is not very good. Like, this is totally wrong. But this is what we're looking for from a top view. It looks like this. So those actually for the main entrance with a little sphere, and this is for the other side. So let's move forward. Here we're gonna take one part and apply it, and then we're gonna assemble it to this side. So that should be something like this. Okay, and you can make all your tests to check if everything is aligned or in a good shape. It's actually, they are the same, so we can use any of them. So what we need to do in this step is applying this adhesive here, and then we're gonna crack it to the other side. So it's very easy in this step to just we'll find a line here, Okay, so will be the anchor point that we're gonna rotate from. Okay, what does it mean? It means that will be the point that we're gonna usually use it to make those straight or not. Okay, so again we need to apply this here. This is actually adhesive with a layer, so it's very easy if you just grab one line here. If you just take one part, you can take the other part. Very straightforward. This is what we want. Okay, now we need to apply this. Okay. Okay, now we can take this part again, just to make sure that everything is aligned correctly. We can do like this. Okay, now this will be the main entrance, as we mentioned earlier. This is the main entrance and this is the back gate, so we need to put this here. So yeah, so as you can see here, this is actually the guideline for this part. So actually this is the guideline for this part. Okay, and this is how supposed to be applied. So this goes here, so this goes here. Very straightforward. Okay, in terms of if you're looking for a right guide, we're looking for the end of the green lines for the grass, and if you align it here, everything will be good, because eventually this need to be here, this part. Okay, so I'll try to do it here carefully. Don't be so afraid, because it's a vinyl, so we can always remove it. Alright, here you go. And now, as you can see, it's very easy to... Why are we doing this? Because eventually when we finish from those 4 parts, we have this part here with a magnetic that we're gonna clip, and we complete one line. We will come to this later. Let's focus on this now. It will be much better if you can just make sure that our installation is correctly aligned. So now we can just make some assignment. So now I'm just trying to make sure that this part, it's not easy to remove. Okay, so now we have the first one. Cool. And when we finish, we will have 4 parts of these, which will be fantastic. So let's move forward. The second one is the same technique. We're gonna cut this. So So before applying this part, just try to make a prover, make a test. Try to make sure that this is gonna be in the right position. So this is supposed to be here, so we need to apply this and this sphere to my to be to my side, not to the other side, otherwise you're gonna end with something not correct. So again, there is here a little line here. We need to crack this part. Quite difficult to remove this part, but it's not that hard. All right, so now we need to assign these two parts here. Okay, now we try to make it very clear. Oops. Again, let's make sure that this part is flat to the right index rotation angle. So just make sure that everything's fine. Remove, and this is now ready. So if we go here, done. Okay, so now we have two parts already. So I really like it. It's not very complicated. So now we finished these two parts here, and we need to complete the other two sides. And once we finish from those setups, I will show you how to install the magnetic. It will be very straightforward step. So let's move forward. Now we still have those two pieces. Let's cut it again. We need a cutter or a scissor to do this. now we need to crack it again from this line here. This is a guideline just to show you where is the right anchor point for twisting. Adhesive. Here we need to align this part here again to this the end green line, or you can check also those gray lines here. It's very subtle, but you can see it. Okay, I think we need to make this a little bit folded more so we can align it correctly. No, still not ready correctly. Sometimes it's needs some adjustment to do it correctly, but eventually you will do it. It's not very complicated. Alright, so we have one side is ready. Let's make a test, just see what's the distance. As you can see, it's perfect. It's very easy. So again, we just need to install the last part, and we are ready to finish this part. So last one, we take it the same installation setup. We're gonna cut this part first. Alright, we're gonna install it here, and then we're gonna apply it there. So again, this is the rotation anchor point, which is, we have a guide guideline here, the green one, so you can just start to bend it in the correct angle. Okay, looks good. And now we need to flatten this bend. On the other side. Alright, so we're gonna remove the adhesive. And then we're gonna apply it here. Voila. Perfecto. Alright, so now it's ready. We just need to apply it here. Here we go. Alright, so now it's actually ready. It's very easy, as you can see, in just simple steps, and then everything will be ready. And this is all will be up once we put those parts here. So now we convert a very simple version, what we call it, the LED 3D house version, simple, to this one. It's not a complex, it just have this fence around. So, and this is what you can do with this part here. So it will be not very complicated to install this to the simple house, so it became a full version. Now we can start to work with this part here. This is coming in the same box, the same installation kit for the fences, and this goes here. So to install this part here, it's very straightforward. It's actually coming in 2 layers. Okay, that's a magnetic, and you can try it, but when you put it again, make sure that you put it correctly, because there is 2 equal spaces here, as you can see. Those 2 equal spaces are very important for alignment with the ground itself. So I can show you here. This is actually coming with adhesive that you can remove. And then this will be very sticky, so be careful. And now you can start to open one side and open the other side and start to put those here, this way, and clip it. So once you're doing this, it's actually became part of the house because of the adhesive is very strong to this level that once you apply it here, now it will be part of the house itself. So when I remove it, it's coming out of my main fence, and it's became part of the ground floor. You can just make sure that it's became static with every part. And now when you clip it again, here we go. I like this sound when you clip it, that you can hear it. See? So when you remove it, don't remove it with a pressure to up like this, but to rotate it. So if you would like to remove it with a pressure up, it's very difficult to remove now, but if you rotate it, it's very easy to remove. Okay, so this is one of the things that I really like about this model, that's the simplicity for installation. And now let's move to the other side. Here, same thing. This is actually goes here. You can always try it for removing the adhesive layer. So let's do this together. Wow, it's shiny. Fantastic. So now it's removed again. If you touch it, oh my god, that's very sticky. But we now need to open one side, open the other side, and start to align it correctly. Okay, let's see, looking good. Looking good, all the angles are great. Then we're gonna press it. Once you press it, it's became part of the house. Now let's move it. Oh, it's not gonna move easily now, but here we go. I love this sound. Okay, so this is the final demonstration for this part, which is actually now we transformed a very simple house coming from the website like this. You can buy this one anytime, and later if you thought about to install the fences, you can order this one, which is very easy to install, as we have done now. So you convert this one to the magnetic one. Which is coming. Okay. So it will be, this is the first one that we opened the box, and now it became like this. Again, this is very easy to uninstall if you want to give it a gift, as a gift to loved ones, or if you want to bring it back to the box and for storage purpose or moving or whatever reason. It's very handy to install it and reinstall it many times because of this magnetic idea. That's actually the same thing with all the pieces here. Once you install all the parts here for the house, it's very easy to remove and unremove because it's everything work with magnetic sheets. So, and that was the demonstration for this part.